This is the No BS Coaching Advice Podcast, episode 97. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I'd like to spend time regularly talking with you about some element of life, the universe, and everything. And as sometimes happens, there's an interesting confluence of situations that came together leading to this show. I was reading an old quote from Freud. You know, Freud. And he wrote, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." Think about it for yourself. How often, or do you remember a time when you exploded about something that really had nothing to do with the person you were talking with and had everything to do with some historic episode in your life? Think about one of those times where you're kind of embarrassed by your reaction, and if you take a minute to think about it, it has something to do with your past. I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and I try to be active in the local community. Last week, I attended a function sponsored by Goodwill, which runs what they call a business advisory council. At the council, they held a panel for individuals who are part of reentry programs. Reentry programs are a euphemism for programs that support ex-offenders reentering life in general, or entering society at large. They're designed to help people get skills and services and support as they re-enter the community. There was a panel of 7 people plus a moderator there. And as I listened to each of the stories, I raised my hand and asked, how many of you had a champion as part of your process? All 7, plus a number of people in the audience, raised their hands. And it caused me to think that maybe one of the issues that people have is they don't know how to ask for help. And they don't know how to find a champion to help them with their struggles. It's one of the reasons coaches exist, is to function those champions, to help you mobilize some of your strengths to be even better at what you do. But whether it's a coach or someone internal to your organization, a clergyman, a friend, finding a champion goes a long way toward helping you. And then today, as I was looking at some material for my Career Angles group on Facebook, where I help people with their careers and being more effective in them, I stumbled into an article through Google News called "If You Want to Get Ahead in Your Career, Don't Get Lucky, Get a Champion," written by Shahina Janjuha Jivraj, an article published in Forbes with, at this point, almost 3,000 views to it. Funny how this all comes together in this interesting confluence where I'm going to encourage you to wind up looking around and see who can be a champion for you. I mentioned that I went to this conference about reentry programs that Goodwill ran. And there was a woman there on the panel who said something so wonderful. And she said, and I'm really going to encourage you to pay attention to this one, "I let my pride down and asked for help." How often does our pride get in the way of what we really want? And then we start making excuses for why we don't have it. You know, the excuses don't help you. Letting your pride down and asking for help can make all the difference in the world for you. Come on, find someone to help you, whether it's me or someone else. Get some help. It doesn't have to be that hard. I mentioned that I went to this conference about reentry programs that Goodwill ran. And there was a woman there on the panel who said something so wonderful. And she said, and I'm really going to encourage you to pay attention to this one, I let my pride down and asked for help. How often does our pride get in the way of what we really want? And then we start making excuses for why we don't have it. The excuses don't help you. Letting your pride down and asking for help can make all the difference in the world for you. Come on, find someone to help you, whether it's me or someone else. Get some help. It doesn't have to be that hard. So that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to the show. Just subscribe so you get downloads whenever I release a new episode. Each show is going to be bite-sized morsels of advice just like today's. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope you subscribe. And if you do choose to subscribe, I hope you decide to support the show. There's a link that will take you to anchor.fm where you can make a pledge in support of the show. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in my coaching you, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I just happen to like knowing that I'm helping some folks. And once we're connected, message me about your interest in coaching. We'll set up a free call. We'll get acquainted, see if it makes sense. I'll be back soon with more. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care. Time for